Okay, let's have a look at the sweep Nurbs. Now, the sweep Nurbs requires two splines. The first spline, the contour spline, defines the cross-section and is swept along the second spline, the path, to create the object. Now, let's see what that means. So I'll come up here and I'll grab my sweep Nurbs. I'll come up here and I'll grab my cubic pen tool. I'll middle mouse click, go to a top view. Now I'll just make a few points here. Let's go back to the perspective view. So now I have the spline here. It's laying flat on the surface. So this is going to be my path. Let me just name this path. Next, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab, say, a circle. We'll just rename this cross section. So what we're saying we're going to do here is we are going to take the sweep Nurbs and it's going to generate a piece of 3D geometry by taking this cross section, which is the circle, and it's going to sweep it across this path. So let's see how that works. We're going to take the path, we're going to drop it underneath the sweep Nurbs. Then we're going to take the cross section and we're going to put it between these two. See how the arrow goes from pointing down to pointing left? Drop that in there, and there you go. Now, once we get this done, we can come in here and we can control parameters like the radius of this piece. But the real power comes in when we click on the sweep Nurbs itself, and we have a lot of options here. So we can control the end scale, the end rotation, but you're not going to be able to see that real well in this model, but it's spinning that around. The start growth. Again, all of these parameters are animatable. The end growth. We can control other aspects of the scale with these graphs. Come down here and click. We can get different results that way. We can do the same with rotation. We come back up to our caps. We can create our fillet caps, very similar to the way we did with our text. So sweeping objects is a very powerful technique. Let's take a look at one way that we might use it in real world setting. Got a document here open. And let's say that I wanted to come in here and put a sort of a frame on the inside of this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my live selection tool. I'm going to grab the edge tool, and don't worry about this, we'll go into it later. But for right now, I'm going to select that and I'm going to come up to mesh and grab my edge to spline tool. It's going to create a spline off of that polygon object. I'm going to grab my sweep Nurbs. I'll just drag that down. That's actually not necessary. I'm just doing it for myself to keep things a little more tidy. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab a rectangle. Pull that out so that you can see it. Going to adjust the size quite a bit. Frame that up. O on the keyboard. Let's make that even smaller. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this rectangle and I am going to sweep it around this border of the spline that I created. So we'll take the spline, put it underneath the sweep Nurbs, then take the rectangle, put it between the two, and there you go. I can take the rectangle and adjust the parameters here, give that a better look, and there we go. Just that easy. The sweep Nurbs, like the extrude Nurbs, is another one of those tools that you'll find yourself reaching for on a daily basis.